Welcome to Oath&Ink Academy. Every notary will make a mistake at some point, and knowing what to do when that happens is just as important as knowing how to avoid mistakes in the first place. Today we are covering 3 pillars of notary error management: how to handle journal corrections, how errors and omissions insurance works when a claim is filed, and the practices that protect you legally and professionally before, during, and after a mistake occurs. Let's get into it. Let's break this down from the beginning. There are 2 categories of notary errors. Administrative errors are procedural mistakes: a missing date, an incomplete certificate, or a skipped journal entry. These are correctable and rarely result in liability. Substantive errors are more serious: notarizing without identity verification, completing the wrong notarial act, or notarizing a document you had personal interest in. This distinction matters because how you respond and whether your E&O insurance applies depends entirely on which type of error occurred. Here's what to know about journal corrections, and this is where many beginners make things worse. Never use correction fluid or alter a journal so the original is unreadable. The correct method is a single line through the error, leaving it legible, followed by your initials and the correction date. If an entire entry must be voided, write void clearly beside it and add an explanatory note. Your journal is a legal record. Treat every correction with that standard in mind. This becomes important because the notarial certificate can hold up or sink an apostille, loan closing, or court filing. Certificate errors fall into 3 types. Completion errors are missing fields, date, venue, commission number, often correctable before the document leaves your hands. Wrong act errors mean you applied an acknowledgement when a jurat was required, or vice versa, requiring full re-execution. Seal errors, partial impressions, or missing notary name may also require renotarization. Catch all 3 types before the document is submitted. Now let's look at what happens when a client discovers an error. Your immediate response sets everything in motion. If the document has not been filed, contact the signer and correct it promptly. If it has been submitted, contact the signing service or title company immediately. Never alter a document that has already been delivered or filed. Document everything: the date discovered, who you notified, and what corrective action was taken. This written timeline is your professional protection. Here's where it can get confusing. Errors and omissions insurance. E&O covers financial losses from mistakes made in your professional capacity as a notary. It does not cover intentional misconduct, fraud, or criminal acts. Here is what a claim looks like. A client suffers a loss attributed to your error, notifies their attorney, or files with your insurer, and the insurer investigates and negotiates a resolution. Your policy limit is the maximum payout. Know your coverage amount before you need it. Another important point about E&O claims: filing a claim does not automatically mean you were at fault. The insurer investigates to determine whether your actions fell within the standard of care for a commissioned notary. What could happen if you have no E&O insurance when a claim is filed? You become personally liable for any damages, attorney fees, and court costs. In some cases, you could also face commission suspension or revocation proceedings with your Secretary of State. E&O insurance is not optional. It is professional self-protection. Why is this step often misunderstood? Because most notaries think of their surety bond as protection. But a surety bond protects the public, not you. The bond reimburses harmed parties, and the bonding company can recover those costs from you personally. E&O insurance is the coverage that actually protects the notary. The 3-part structure: your commission establishes authority, your surety bond satisfies the state requirement, and your E&O insurance provides the financial protection that keeps a claim from becoming a personal financial crisis. Now let's look at prevention, because the best E&O claim is the one that never happens. 6 practices protect you most. 1. Always verify identity before every notarization. No exceptions. 2. Confirm the correct notarial act before you begin. 3. Complete every certificate field and apply a clean, legible seal. 4. Journal every notarization at the time it occurs. 5. Never notarize a document in which you have a financial interest. 6. When in doubt, stop before proceeding. These 6 habits eliminate most notary liability exposure. That is your complete framework for handling notary errors, from journal corrections to E&O claims to prevention. 3 things to take with you. First, correct journal entries properly. A single legible line, initialed with the date. Second, know your E&O coverage before you need it. The time to learn is not during a claim. Third, document every corrective action you take. If this helped you, please like and subscribe to Oath&Ink Academy. I will see you in the next one.